Hello everyone, this is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I'm Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about your person and what their true intentions towards you are. So I've really been on a kick of trying to uncover certain truths because I'm filming these during Scorpio season, going into Sagittarius season. And I'm playing up to my strengths right now because the sun is actually in my on the cusp of the seventh and the eighth house. So I was really drawn into a relationship reading, but not strictly love, and one about what your person's true intentions towards you or this connection are. So, like I said, it's not strictly romantic, so you can see it as a platonic friendship or maybe a work relation, but it is going to be primarily romantic. So I'm going to give you options for like what you can interpret certain things as. But regardless, we have 3 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with this garnierite, pile 2 with this clear quartz turtle, and pile 3 with this raw amethyst. So take your time, think about your person in mind, and I'll be ready for you whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the garnierite stone, then we have you reading here about your person's true intentions toward you. We're going to start with the oracles, and the oracles are mainly going to focus on your person and what they're like, what they're about, just as a vibe check to see if this is the person we are looking into. If it starts sounding a little bit like you, it could mean a few things. 1, either they're mirroring you. 2, you could actually be trying to get some insight into your true intentions towards somebody else, or even this connection. Sometimes spirit guides us to really look within ourselves as opposed to other people. Or 3, it could be somebody that is coming into your life that you're not yet aware of. So, just make sure you choose or discern what the oracles are trying to say here. And if nothing resonates, then you can always choose another pile, of course. So let's start with the oracles to see who we are dealing with here. We have from the Happy Tales Oracle, Bichon Frise, alert, curious, and playful. We also have cleanse. We have new moon in Gemini, think it through. We have balance, stability, standing firm, number 40. We have retrograde review with number 15 here. I chose quite a bit of oracles because I really needed to get like the most insight on your person. We have hedonist, light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. And the last card we have ant spirit, time to collaborate. So I am getting a bit of friendship vibes here. With the ant spirit, time to collaborate, I like to think of worker ants. So this is actually giving me 3 of Pentacles vibes here. So this could be somebody that you work with. So this is very much could be platonic. It doesn't ring strictly romantic, though it could be. Let's start with the Bichon Frise over here. So this oracle deck has a bunch of dogs in it. So I'm not going to say it's your dog or you have a dog because every every pile will have a dog in it. But I am getting the curious and playful and alert because I feel like that actually resonates with Gemini, the new moon in Gemini here. So I am getting Gemini vibes, but I'm also getting Sagittarius, somebody who's very playful, someone that you like to have fun with the hedonist here. And again, this could be somebody that you collaborate with. So it could be somebody that you work with. It could be somebody that you've decided to get together with in order to do something either for your, I'm hearing more social media than anything, because I don't think it's necessarily work for you, or it may not feel like work. I feel like when you two get together, it's just always a fun time. So it's almost like this person makes work not feel like work, if that makes any sense. Because I'm actually, in my mind, a lot of coworkers that I've had that like are just very, very fun are coming to mind. And there's something here about they just like to see you smile. They like to see you laugh, which is very sweet. That's very endearing. With balance, stability, standing firm, I feel like they actually balance you out, especially if you're somebody who is very hard on yourself or somebody who takes things a little bit too seriously, or maybe just somebody who is like under a lot of stress. Like, I feel like they see you and there's somebody that kind of likes to joke around or say something to just, get you in better spirits. With retrograde, you could have met them during a retrograde because I'm getting the feeling that this is somebody that you keep coming back to. Not necessarily during a retrograde, but like whenever you're down or whenever you feel like you need advice, this is somebody that you keep um, in mind, and you may reach out to them or you may ask for advice, especially again if you do work with them. Because I am getting a coworker that again doesn't that makes work feel not feel like work. Sorry, that makes work not feel like work, or somebody you may have collaborated with that has become like a very good friend. Um, so yeah, you may be on the same wavelength, I'm hearing, because I am getting like a soul connection here, kind of like a soulmate vibe. And this again, this can be platonic or romantic. I am getting more platonic in this specific reading though. With cleanse, I get the feeling again that whenever you're around them, like both of you kind of cleanse your souls. I really love the saying, there's no better medicine than laughter, because that works on every level. Laughter and joy can heal, emotionally, it can heal physically, it can heal the energy around you. So whenever you get together with certain people and you just have a good old time and you laugh a lot, that's actually very cleansing for both of you. And maybe this is something that you may have never noticed before, but it's definitely, just take notice whenever you're around this person or whenever you communicate with this person, how you feel afterwards. Because I am getting the feeling that you tend to feel a lot better. This could also be the same case for them. Like, I feel like even if you don't think you're that funny or playful or cheerful or whatever, you always seem to say the right thing to them that gets them in a good mood. So there's really a sense of reciprocity here where you both balance each other out. And it's very light, because look at the ants here in this card. They're literally mirroring each other, and they're not even exactly the same. Like, this one has this weird little white and brown or black crown, and this one has a little blue one. So you mirror each other to some extent, but not entirely. This could be somebody who has the same sign as you, because under a new moon, both the sun and the moon are the same sign. So new moon and Gemini, you could both be Geminis. If we were to take that literally, you could also, like I said, maybe you could have one person has the other person's moon and vice versa. Like, if you're a Taurus, this person could be a moon in Taurus, or if you're a Capricorn, this person could have the moon in Capricorn, or you could have their moon. So either way, I feel like there's a sense of completing each other here, or being like each other's perfect, well, maybe not perfect, but being a missing puzzle piece, which again, this is coming up in this ant card. Like, almost they're a piece to a puzzle of you or each other, but it's very reciprocal. Because the retrograde did come out, I get the feeling again that you go back to them doing certain things, but maybe retrogrades are a time when you really do actually come together, and not in a bad way. Because I feel like whenever people hear retrograde, they think, oh, everything's like, shit is going to hit the fan. No, this could also be like, I'm thinking nostalgia. I'm thinking going back to your hometown and seeing, your childhood friends. It's that sort of feeling. Reminding you who you are is another thing I'm getting. With think through it. For some of you, I'm hearing that you've been thinking about this connection quite a bit. If this is something that could lean toward the romantic, I feel like you're actually taking a time to consider a lot of things about this. If this is like somebody that you could potentially see yourself dating, it's almost like you don't know what that would entail, because sometimes people don't want to get into certain relationships with their with people that they consider friends, because they don't want to ruin that connection. This could be from you. This could also be from them. I feel like it might be slightly mutual, actually, because I feel like you may have even spoken about it, because Geminis are, they're conversation makers. They're not afraid to speak about anything, and not necessarily in a very, what's the word? Controversial way. They're up to discussing anything. And I feel, especially if you do have those Gemini placements or even that kind of energy, you may have spoken about it like, man, what would we do if we dated each other, like, or married or something, you know, something to that extent, but in a very playful manner, like it wasn't taken seriously. So numbers coming through, we have 1 here for Ant Spirit. We have 15 here. So some of you could have known each other since you were 15, because I am getting a little bit of like a childhood friend here, or they could even just feel like a childhood friend. So maybe you met them when you were 15 or in high school or something along that line. With 40 here, some of you could be 40, so it may have been a while that you've known this person. Or 40 could just be an important number. Interestingly, 15 reduces down to 6, and 6 is a number of partnerships, of relationships. It can also be a number of like the community and the people that are close to you. I get more Libra energy than Virgo, because I know Virgo is the 6th sign, but and Libra is the 7th, but from number 6, I always get more partnerships because of the life path 6, and I am a life path 6, so that's kind of how I know that. The alertness in the Bichon Frise here and the think it through makes me think that there's an interestingly review here and think it through. Yeah, there's been a lot of contemplation between the connection here. And whether that's good or bad, we'll see in the tarot, because right now I just feel nothing but positivity here and a sense of completion, but I am taking into account the shadow attributes of the hedonist. Maybe this is somebody that you like to overindulge with, or somebody who maybe you just overdo something whenever you're with them. It could be drinking, it could be spending if you like to go out together. Yeah, something, I am getting a little bit of the devil card here. So it's a habit that comes up whenever you're around this person, and this could have you thinking certain aspects about this connection, but I'm not feeling it that heavily, at least right now. Again, we'll look into the tarot to see what else is coming up. But if it is something heavy, I feel like this is a habit that can be obliterated from this connection and it won't be a big deal. But if it's something small, I feel like it is worth bringing up in this connection, because maybe some of you are trying to save money and you kind of don't want to go out with this person that often or to places that are, you know, like expensive. So instead, you might be cautious about bringing up like, hey, how about we just meet at each other's places and, do something where you're not going to be going out and spending as much money or drinking as much, something along those lines. I feel like that's where the cleanse comes in as well. You're cleansing this connection of certain bad habits where you overdid it a bit much, just because some of you are reviewing, thinking it through, and on alert. If this is something of a work situation, it could be that some things have fallen slightly out of balance, or maybe one person is doing this and this, and there's been like an unbalanced nature to this. So again, there's nothing wrong with you speaking about it if you're a bit worried that it might change this connection or that there'll be conflict. I'm hearing that there won't, as long as it's coming from a place of understanding. And I do feel like you and your person in this case very much do understand each other, because there's actually a lot of respect here as well as admiration for each other. But let's move on to the tarot to see what their true intentions are. I'm using the Mythos Tarot, which I know I've been using in like every reading for the past month, but like I can't get enough of this. I love it. And when you love something, why let it go? That came out of nowhere. Maybe that's something important for you to hear, pile 1. When you love something, why let it go? I don't know if that's an actual saying or something I just made up, but we have the Queen of Wands here with Psyche. We also have the Hanged Man. I don't read reversals, but also it's the Hanged Man, which is already a reversed card. So yeah, also that alarm just went off. I'm wondering if that's a confirmation for you, pile 1. We also have the Seven of Wands with Soteria. This is Prometheus, by the way. This is a Greek mythology inspired deck. And one more card? Okay. The Moon with Selene. Oh, I love this. Back the deck energy? Yeah. Okay, we have the Tower, Poseidon. Okay, and then to clarify these, I'm using the Prism Tarot. Not to be confused with the Prism Oracle, which is what I used in the oracles. Both very colorful and both very shiny. But there's the Prism Tarot and then the Prism Oracle. Just for those of you who come here to look at my lovely deck collection, we have the Novice of Clouds, Curiosity, and this will be the Page of Swords. Interesting that Curiosity is coming in twice in this reading already. To clarify, the Hangman. Okay, yeah, the Hangman again, Surrender. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, yeah. To clarify the Seven of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, Anxiety. I was thinking of certain anxieties within here, but nothing crazy. And to clarify the Moon, we have, the King of Swords, Intellect. Yeah, lots of air sign energy in this reading already. That would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Mostly Libra and Gemini. And I'll say why in a minute. And then back at the deck energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Legacy. So yeah, I feel like some of you make money with each other. This could be a business partner. Again, this could be a collaborator. But for some of you, what's back here? Strength, compassion. What's behind this? The Seven of Swords reversed. 7 coming out twice. And that's the Furies. So there's 2 ways of reading this. If this is, let me start with the non-romantic one first, because they're actually quite different, the energies I'm getting. So let's say this is platonic. If this is platonic and this is more of a collaboration, you inspire each other is what I'm hearing, because the Queen of Wands is somebody who is just shining so brightly, very inspirational. There's like a light and a fire to her, regardless of what you identify as. But it's interesting that in this deck, they use Psyche, which is soul, the myth of Cupid and Psyche, or is it Eros and Psyche? I get the Greek and the Roman names confused, so I'm sorry in advance for that. But yeah, we have love and soul here, essentially. I really feel like this is a connection where, again, there's a mutual love for each other, not platonic, but it could possibly also be romantic. With the Page of Swords here, Curiosity, I feel like if this is somebody you haven't collaborated before, if this is somebody that you haven't figured out who it is yet, they could be approaching you soon because they just love the work you do. They love what it is that you have to present to the world. Because I am taking you as the Queen of Wands here. Pile 1, I'm actually hearing to take all of the Greek mythology cards as you, and this will be your person, because this is the intent we are trying to uncover. Because I feel like you're an inspiration to them. And the curiosity here is whether you'd be open to collaborating or not, whether you'd be open to engaging in conversation, or even a friendship, because I really do feel like there's a connection here that wants to be created. It's almost like your souls are very much calling out to each other, because right now my heart space is very open. So I am feeling a lot of admiration, a lot of heart here in the things that you both do. With the Hangman, Prometheus, and Surrender here, I'm hearing that one or the other is very resistant to opening themselves up to other people. And this could be, again, in work, it could be in collaborations. It could also just be in having like friendships. I feel like there's a resistance here because how do I say this? You both actually have a little bit of this, but it's almost like when there's 2 people who don't normally socialize with each other, but then they get together and suddenly like they completely change. I'm thinking of like 2 people that I've known that are very much like that. They never go out, they never really do anything, but then by happenstance they come together because of some kind of family gathering, something where they were kind of a forced to be at, and then they realized they just started like talking and chatting away like they've been best friends forever. Again, this is like a soul calling. This is a soul connection here, a soul friendship at the very least, where again, you just open and blossom up to each other. And the Hangman came out because it's a shift in perspective. It's almost like doing a flip-flop, a reversal. Pretty sure that's why this card came upside down. opening yourselves up to each other is something that a lot of people are going to think is very, some of them might think it's kind of obvious. Maybe you have very similar vibes and they were like, oh, I knew they were going to get along right away. And then some people were like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen them open up to anybody like that. You know, I've never seen these two people open up to anybody the way that you two have opened up to each other. And again, this is very platonic. This is in a collaborative way. And I think you can start to see where I'm going to go in the romantic reading of this. But let's move on to the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords here. So I feel like you both share a common story, a common heartache here. And you both have similar anxieties. Because I'm actually reading this rather, oh God, how do you say it? But yeah, I'm reading it very, not bluntly. I forgot the word for it, but you have a very similar story that you want to share with each other. And I feel like that's where you get a lot of your, you're vibrating at the same level, essentially. And I feel like for some of you, this may be the way that you create your art. This may be why you create what you do or why you say what you do. If it's content, maybe you both have a very similar background. And again, I feel like you'll exchange stories and really just find like a soul sibling here. I was going to say soul sister, but it could also be a bro. So whatever you identify as. And I'm loving how she holds this rabbit. Because I feel like you will hold each other that same way, like, oh my gosh, give me a hug, come here, like that kind of energy. And there's actually a rather nurturing aspect to this connection too. Like I said, it's like finding somebody that truly understands you. And with the anxiety here, like I said, I think you both suffer from similar anxieties, actually, even if it's not full-blown diagnosed anxiety. I feel like you have the same feelings towards how you feel about yourself. Like, for example, maybe you think that for whatever reason, pile one, because I know you're not, you may think that, oh, that you don't look good, that you're hideous, that you come off as annoying, blah, blah, blah. But then this person will hear about them and be like, no, there's no way, because they see the complete opposite in you. And then they'll be like, oh, no way, I'm that way. I'm the annoying one. I'm the ugly one. And then you'll say like, no, that's not true at all. So I really feel like what you mirror in each other are both those small insecurities, but then you also like mirror all the good in you. And I feel like through that, you're able to really empower each other to bring the best out in each other. And again, you nurture that feel good energy within you, within each other. With the rabbit, I'm also thinking of creativity. Well, I'm thinking of fertility, but fertility can be a type of creativity. So I feel like, again, you inspire each other a lot to do the things that you do, whether that's creative, whether that's to just do good in the world. I really feel like you're a source of inspiration to each other. With the moon and the King of Swords here, intellect. It's interesting because the moon is emotions, specifically like shadowy emotions, like the darker things that you may not want to think about, or maybe the clouded emotions that you're kind of not sure where they came from. In tarot, at least. In astrology, I like to think of the moon more in astrology, where it's just emotions in general. They can be messy, they can be lovely, they can be intoxicating, whatever that is. With the Master, the King of Swords here, intellect, it's almost like you balance out that intellectual and emotional side in each other. So I really do feel one of you is a lot more air sign focused and the other is a lot more water sign, because we have the soul here, we have the moon, and then we have Poseidon, who is god of the oceans. But interestingly, we have Tower too, and the Tower card is, I forget what sign it's associated with, but I want to say it's either Mars or Uranus energy. Uranus energy. So it's almost like in times of trouble, you know, you will be each other's rock. You will be each other's source of stability. Again, that balance from the oracles is coming through. So it's a very lovely connection. And I know I'm not really answering, I haven't answered yet what their true intentions are. I honestly believe it's just to be a good friend to you, to be somebody that you can turn to. But at the same time, I feel like it goes both ways. Like you two would want to be each other's person that they turn to because they understand you and they know they can turn to you. Yeah, I feel like it's a very lovely soul connection here, a soul friendship, or even a twin flame with the 10 of coins here, legacy. I feel like some people really look at your connection and they're like, wow, that's a really lovely friendship. Where can I find friends like those? Or if you are, co-workers that understand each other to that level, you're building things for the world that the world's going to appreciate. You're going to start businesses or products or services, whatever it is that your business is, that are going to be long lasting and going to be for the benefit of everybody, because the 10 of gems here, it's legacy, but it could also be empires. And I think that's lovely. Whatever it is that you two are creating, it's truly amazing. Now I'm going to start talking about the romantic side of this. So if you want to like skip forward a little bit, that's fine. But I feel like some of you might hear some interesting things in the romantic version of this too. Because if it is romantic, again, somebody just thinks you are attractive and amazing. You're literally Eros and Psyche, love and soul here. It's like if you, how do I say this? If you're the more feminine one in this connection, and that does, whoever has the moon sign, whoever is more emotional here, this person is very much inspired by what you feel and how you are and how you express yourself in that very yin type of way. Almost to the point where it's like they couldn't help but notice you. There is something about your gaze here, pile one, that has this person absolutely enamored. And regardless of what you think about your eyes, I'm sorry that that alarm keeps going, if you can hear it, by the way. Somebody's taking a nap and won't wake up. Which is interesting, because I think that's also in the myth of Eros and Psyche. I think Psyche, sorry that I keep saying Psyche. I know it's weird for me to get used to pronouncing it the right way, but she spills wax on a sleeping Eros, and he gets mad that he didn't listen to the conditions of the relationship and flies off, and they don't see each other for a while. But still, I really do feel like whatever troubles have come between you, if there is like a long history or if there is some sort of fighting, you're inevitably going to come back together, because there's something very fated about this connection. I lost my train of thought somewhere about this specific connection with the Page of Swords. But yeah, you definitely inspire them. With the Hangman, again, you mirror each other. And again, I feel like you two may have been two people that don't normally date others, or maybe you were both like resigned to being in certain bachelorhood or just single, like you didn't really want to be with anybody else, but then like maybe two friends or something decided to set you up, or maybe just get you together at like a dinner or a party or something, and they saw you two speak to each other. So if you didn't hit it off right away and decided that you wanted to date them, and it took a little bit of time, I feel like you definitely had friends rooting for you and trying to set you up and trying to like nudge you together, because they definitely saw that spark, even if you yourself didn't see it. Either of you didn't see it right away. And there's definitely this feeling of surrendering in this relationship, because it's kind of like when you really want to deny that you feel something for somebody, but it's almost like denying that is holding you back somehow, because that's what I'm getting from the Hangman here. With the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords, again, like I said, you may have similar past, similar upbringings, similar stories where you just you were not treated right. And yeah, you just want to nurture each other. It's almost like you heal each other through hearing your stories and through understanding what it's like being in certain situations that were not conductive to your growth and your self-love. And with the fertility in this case, yeah, it could be that you're actually very fertile together. So if you don't want children, I would really advise you to take those precautions. But maybe if you do want children, because we did have the 10 of Pentacles come out here, it's going to be really good for you. There are couples that are just more fertile than others. I have heard that. I don't know how true that is, but I like to think that that's true, especially if there's a lot of, sexual chemistry between both of you. But if it's not actually wanting to have children, it could also be that you just create a lot of great things together, whether that's a home, if this is like a partner that you're romantically attached to and you want to create businesses together, that could also be the case. With the moon and the King of Swords here. Again, one of you is the more emotional one. I really do feel like that's you, pile one, because we have you up here. And your person is the much more intellectual one. So while you take care of everything that takes heart, they take care of everything else that requires more logic. And I really do feel like that's a beautiful combination to have where you balance each other out. With the Tower here, this connection may have come on very suddenly. But it's something that's going to last a lifetime. And if it doesn't last a lifetime, at the very least, what you created and what you had will change you for the rest of your life, essentially, pile one. But this is very lovely. Regardless of how you took this reading, I feel like both sides, it's just a very lovely energy, and there's something very healing about this connection. But let's move on to your advice cards, because yeah, the true intentions here are just love, essentially, which I didn't expect that right off the bat. And maybe you didn't either, pile one. But let's get some cards from the Affirmators Deluxe Oracle. I know there's a smaller version of this, but I wanted the big deluxe one because it has like all of the Affirmators oracles combined. Like the love, the career, the, you know, all the cards. So we have, ooh, pleasure. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. Yeah, I feel like some of you, if you've been resisting this connection, this friendship, whatever this is, you know, I feel like you've also been resisting a lot of self-love and a lot of things that would make you happy. So I feel like this person will both empower you to be more, to love yourself more, to go for the things that give you joy. Again, whether they're romantic or just a friend, they really want to see you happy. And then we have dependability. I tap into the most reliable parts of myself and let them guide me towards unconditional dependability. On time, schmon time. From now on, I'm early. To-do list, more like to-did list. That thing is to done. Phone call I've been reluctant to return, all over it. But first, let me just hop on my computer and make sure cat memes still exist. Yeah, I feel like this person kind of helps you get your ish together, or inspires you to do that. Or you become this way with each other. If you two are not used to being very dependable, reliable, you know, responsible people, and I'm not throwing any shade there, I'm just saying, like, we all have our bad habits. That could have been that bad habit I was talking about in the oracles. I feel like you really inspire each other to do that, or this person really brings that out in you, or vice versa. Like I said, I really do feel like there's a reciprocal benefiting of these two parties, which is very lovely to see in any kind of relationship, platonic or otherwise. And then we have the Animal Apothecary. This is another one of those decks that I'm kind of having a hard time letting go because I love it so much. For my pile one, we have, ooh, You Are About to Shine with number 26. And Inner Truth. Yeah, I love that this card came out and the what are their true intentions. So I guess this is just confirmation of what the inner truth is, but I'm also hearing that you should tap into your own inner truth and what exactly it is you want out of all partnerships. Because sure, you have one good one here, but I'm hearing, what would it take for you to have this kind of partnership with anybody where everybody benefits, where everybody empowers each other, where, you know, there's just a mutual love to any extent, to any degree, even if it's with your own family. I feel like they really inspire you to see love in a different way, to be more tolerant of, you know, the shortcomings in people. Because I do hear that some of you may be trying to work through family or parental trauma, like the things that your parents put within you when you were younger. And with You Are About to Shine, yeah, I feel like you both shine together. Or I'm also hearing Light This Candle. There's a song from Rent, the musical, and it goes, would you light my candle, or we could light a candle, something about, and it's about two people, you know, starting a relationship. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, even though in this specific song it is. It'd be like, you know, let's just light each other up in the best way possible, you know, bring out the best in each other. And I really do feel like this connection has that for you, pile one. But this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and for letting me read your energy of you and your person. Everybody else around you, so much love. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this cute little clear quartz turtle, then we have your reading here for you about what your person's true intentions are. We're going to start with the oracles to see who this person is, and then we're going to go into the tarot to see the connection between you and your person. So if you see any resemblance of you in the oracles, this could be your person mirroring you, like you could be mirroring each other. It could also mean that you are manifesting them. Like if you don't know who this person is, they could be coming into your life. And I forget what the third one was. Oh yeah, it could also just be you if you are actually needing to hear something about you from spirit, and about how you're handling this connection. Sometimes when we can't find our person, spirit's like, okay, let me just talk about the person you are asking about because they really need to hear something. So, and if nothing resonates, you could always choose the other 2 piles or maybe a whole nother reading in general. It's up to you. But let's start with the oracles to see who this person is and what they are about. We have the Basset Hound from the Happy Tales Oracle. Patient, tranquil, and charming. Oh, I love this. We also have Flow. Last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. We have achievement, effort, plus intention. Lots of Taurus vibes already. We have the 4th house, home. You actually got 2 of the archetype cards. We have child, magical, light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. I'm hearing to just read the light attributes in this case. Also martyr, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. I'm also loving how there's like a slight, I'm loving the color scheme here. I don't choose these cards before, but I love it when there's synchronicity in like the color scheme. We also have Scarab Beetle Spirit, magic works through you. So, I feel some of you are going to be mirroring this person right away. But what stands out to me is the Taurus energy, because we have a moon in Taurus and we also have this buffalo in the back. And buffalo is one of those Taurus animals because they're very similar to bulls, both in the abundance that they provide and in the nature of just being very earthy animals, big earthy animals. And the Basset Hound. I don't never really been around a Basset Hound, but from what I see, the patience that they have and just how they walk, there's something very Taurian about them as well. So again, you don't necessarily have to be a Taurus, nor does your person, but there could be qualities of that within this connection or even within them. And we also did choose the turtle here, so I feel like this is somebody who really takes their time to contemplate a lot of things. Turtle is actually a Gemini animal. I forget where I learned that, but I've always known that, which is kind of weird. Yeah, this is somebody who kind of takes their time for everything. They're not in a hurry. They're not really... I'm hearing that they set intentions very well, whether they're aware of it or not. It's like whenever they think through something, they set the intention of whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. And I feel like that itself feels like magic, at least to you. Even if they're not actually very spiritual or magical. With flow here, the flow that they have is very much steady and it's always going. Again, I'm thinking of that Taurus energy, like once you get them started, they don't really stop. So there is definitely a feeling of them just going at their own pace for sure, because there's not a sense of hurry here. So whoever this is, they're taking their time with you and to develop this connection. Whether that's romantic or platonic. I'm hearing more romantic for this one actually, but I am going to read some platonic ways to interpret this. With the 4th house here, home, it's interesting because I feel like they may work in real estate, because real estate is one of those long-term investments. Especially, I mean, I know that the market, at least in the United States where I live, has been like on and off. But usually when you buy a house, you keep it for like several years and then you get a good return on it. At least that's what traditionally has been thought of. But in this case, I feel like regardless of how much time they put into their investments, they always get something back, because that's very much a Taurus energy thing. Again, they don't have to be the sign, but that energy is coming through very strongly in this reading. Fourth house is actually Cancer. That's the ruling sign of this house. But with home here, they may be a bit of a homebody. Or whenever you do see them or meet them, you could be spending a lot of time at the home, whether it's your home, their home, or your shared homes if you have one. I'm also hearing family is very important to this person. So I'm getting somebody very traditional and somebody who just kind of wants to really build a family if you don't already, because one of the child cards came out in the archetypes. There's a few, there's not a lot, there's like maybe 5 out of like 80 something cards. It is possible that you two could have children, or maybe there's just something very childlike about this connection. I'm thinking of like and you don't necessarily have to be one, but I am thinking of Disney adults, how you could two be both very much adult people with your own adult responsibilities, jobs, and money, but you two like to have fun together. Or whenever you get together, you get this very childlike quality about you. Maybe you actually do like to go to amusement parks or theme parks or something like that when you're together. I'm also hearing just travel, because this martyr character looks like they're flying. So, and we have the scarab beetle here too. So maybe you like to travel to several places. Vacations could be a thing if you are a family. With be proud of yourself here, I feel like this person has had a hard time figuring out who they are and like how to be their own individual. It's almost like even if they've already accomplished a lot in life, and I really do feel like they have a hard time taking credit for it or like being very proud of it. They may like to credit other people, or they may like to say that, oh, it was a team effort, it wasn't just all me. But the truth is, a lot of it was actually them, and whatever it was that they brought to that connection, establishment, group, whatever it was. I'm also hearing that they actually make quite a bit of money. Again, that Taurus energy is just coming through. But yeah, I feel like they have found it very hard to be proud of themselves. This could be somebody that finds it hard to not be part of a collective. They could have a lot of friends, or they could really identify with like their work culture, wherever they're from, or their family. There's always like a group of people that they identify themselves with, which is interesting that they're coming so clearly to me in this reading, because I feel like somebody like that, I would be getting multiple people. But in this case, the only other people I'm getting are children, and of course you, pile 2. I almost called you pile 1. With achievement here, like I said, they've achieved quite a bit. It's all about the intention they put into it. Effort plus intention. With them, it's more intention though. I'm not saying that they don't put effort, but it's almost like they imagine it all done in their head before it actually happens, and therefore it doesn't feel like much effort has gone into it, which is a very lovely skill to have, really. I really feel like they're master manifestors is what I'm hearing, and they're not even aware of it. Or if they are aware of it, they feel like they wouldn't know how to tell you how to do it, because it's just something that comes very naturally to them. Interestingly, though, I'm hearing that you are this lovely woman. I want to say this is Buffalo Woman, but I'm not sure. But I want to say that you are this woman here in this image, regardless of what you identify as, of course. And they are this bison in the back, or buffalo. They kind of like to stand behind people, not because they're cowardly, but more because they feel like they don't deserve the things that they reap, which is kind of odd because they create so much, and yet there's a sense of them not being confident enough to really deserve it. It's more like when they have people around them, they feel like they do it for others or for their partner, if you are their partner. 'Cause for some of you, I am feeling that you're already married or already in a very established, committed connection here. Again, this won't be all of you. If you're not, do know that this person intends to be in a committed, serious connection. They may even want a family, like I said. They definitely are traditional, but not in a sense that it bogs them down or that it's very regressive. They still very much respect, people of all backgrounds. They very much respect individuality and freedom within their partners. But deep down, they kind of want, that white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, a dog, cat, whatever it is that they want. They want all those traditional things because they find a comfort in it. It's not even a, don't think that they have regressive ideas or that they're very stuck in their ways. It's not that. It's just they find something very comforting in having all that life has to offer them. And for them, it's that. Again, I'm not judging, and neither should you. Pile 2, if this sounds like something that you're not into. Again, the martyr card is coming through. They just do not take enough credit for the things that they do. And it may aggravate you as well, pile 2. You feel like they should really be more proud and bask in their achievements. But, they could be very, I am getting a little bit of Cancer energy here with the 4th house and the magical child here, because at least the Cancers I know, they always have a very childlike quality about them. It's like part of them never really grows up and they refuse to, which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that as long as they are, mature, responsible people. But that childlike quality is something they really want to preserve. And if they want to have kids, it's something they want to pass down and kind of teach their kids to never let that little magic spark of their inner child go. Yeah, this person's very charming, because I'm looking back at the Basset Hound, and one of the last attributes here is charming. Yeah, they're very likable. I feel like a lot of people like them, people from like all kinds of backgrounds. They may have a lot of friends who ask them like what it is that they do to get the kind of life that they want, because this person has really achieved quite a bit. And again, if you are in a relationship with this person, a romantic one, they may provide a lot for you, or they will if this is something that you are kind of questioning about what their true intention is for you. I am getting the feeling that if it's appropriate, that this person definitely wants to provide for you. They want to provide this home, family, whatever it is that you want. They're there to be your rock, is what I'm hearing. They want to be somebody who is very stable for you because they've achieved all these amazing things and they want somebody to share that with. And some of you, I'm hearing, may bring out the more magical side of them, or you may make them see exactly what is so magical about them. Because when I see this window, it's almost like you're looking through this window at this beautiful moon and sky, and yeah, you see all the magic in them that they themselves may not see for themselves. So if this is platonic, I'm getting a very somebody you definitely look up to, and you may be one of those people who ask them how it is that they get to where they are, because you kind of want to achieve a lot of the things that they have already achieved. Yeah, this could also be a mentor, because I'm getting strong mentor energy from this. But let's move on to the tarot to see what else we can get from their true intentions for you, because right now it's all positive. It's all, if it's romantic, they want to provide stuff for you, and if it's not, they're here to teach you something about what it is to create a life that makes you happy. A life that would be very fulfilling, both financially and emotionally. They may also teach you to manifest, but let's dig a little deeper with the tarot. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with pile 1. This first row is going to be you, pile 2. And we're going to use the Mythos tarot for that. So we have... I don't read reversals, but I will take that into account. We have the 10 of Wands with Iris. We also have the 5 of Coins or Pentacles with Pena. I'm hearing some of you may have the last name Peña. Pena. I know it's spelled differently, but it sounds very similar. For my pile 2, we also have Queen of Swords, Circe. And the Hermit, Hermes. And then back with the Duck energy, we have the 5 of Cups, Leith or Lethe. It's interesting that most of these cards are women. So I feel like some of you really embody that feminine energy, or you could actually be a woman. Whichever resonates, of course, take into account what you identify as. And then for your person, their energies towards you. So to I almost said to clarify, but it does kind of help, because their intention does clarify what's going on with you. We have the 3 of Swords, Heartbreak. We also have the Five of Coins, Death, let go. With the Queen of Swords, to clarify, or yeah, Five of Wands, competition. The Hermit, we have Queen of Pentacles, practicality. And back at the deck energy for your person, we have Queen of Wands, determination. Okay. I'm getting quite a bit here, and I'm actually seeing a lot more of your story than their story pile too. Again, not saying that this is all you, but with the Ten of Wands and the Three of Clouds, there was a separation here that left you very burdened. It's almost like you didn't know quite what to do, and I'm sorry if you're noticing a lot of cuts in this pile. There's just a lot of background noise in my household right now, so yeah, like I said, notice in all of these cards up here that nobody is really looking forward, except for maybe like the one eye of Hermes here. Nobody is really, there's a lot of people looking in this direction, and if we were to assume that this side is the past and this side is the present, it's almost like you were kind of afraid of looking forward because you had a hard time letting go of a connection that just didn't work out. And I feel, I'm not sure if this is your person yet or not, but I feel like you yourself had a hard time letting go of something in the past. With the Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords, there was a heartbreak that left you very burdened. And then the Five of Pentacles and Death, it's almost like you really realized that you had to let go of something, but you didn't want to see it. Because the Five of Coins or Five of Pentacles, it's always the, in the Rider Waite, it's the two people walking beneath this big ornate stained glass window. And that's where the light comes from. It's almost like you didn't want to understand or realize how something was basically already dead and you were still holding on to it. This could have been the same connection that left you with a lot of struggles. This could have been maybe an aspiration of some sort. For some of you, I'm actually hearing it could be this person. But that's going to be a very small majority, a small portion of you. Yeah, I'm getting, let's move on because I think I'll have to clarify in the end. With the Queen of Swords, Circe here, and the Five of Wands, competition. This could have been a third party situation. There could have been somebody that was kind of luring your person away, or there was somebody, I just feel like somebody was coming in between here. And it didn't have to necessarily be like another person. It could also be family. It could have been a job, something that was taking away your person's attention. Whatever this connection that you left, that person, it was taking away their attention from you or this connection or their commitments to this connection. And you really had to step into that logical side of yourself where you had to weigh the pros and cons, kind of like really reassess this connection and what it was bringing to you, because I really feel it was not fulfilling you. In fact, if it was really pushing you into that space of having to be very logical about things, you know, when you have to take the emotion out of something and really look at it through a clear lens, that's when you know there's something off about a connection. And that was the energy that you were in when you met this person you are now thinking of. The Taurus person from the oracles. With the Hermit here, though, this is rather interesting. I feel like the Hermit might actually be your Taurus person from the oracles, the person that you are trying to see what their true intentions are. And it makes sense because if there's somebody who's very abundant and has their shit together, and you were in a space where you really needed that help and they came through, it made sense that maybe they had always had their eye on you. And maybe at first it was more platonic. It was more like a friend, more like looking out for you. But then we have the Queen of Pentacles here with practicality. They wanted to see you be stable again because there is something actually very nurturing about you in a sense that is very, very physical. This is like health. This is mental health. This is soothing the senses is what I'm hearing, because the Queen of Pentacles could actually also be Taurus energy. So you might both be Tauruses. But the Hermit here is very interesting because I did say that your well, not necessarily, but I can see how your person from the oracles, your Taurus person from the oracles, could be seen as a hermit, where they're very much in the background by themselves, away, but they still have all these friends. But yeah, I feel like this person from like a distance, or maybe even secretly, maybe they didn't want it to be let known that they were having an eye on you, was looking out for you, because it's interesting that Hermes here has all these feathers, these wings. It almost makes it look like an angel. And I know Hermes wings are on his feet, I think the sandals, the winged sandals, but in this case they're also up here in the head, which makes me think of wings on the brain. I don't know, something about all of this is just very angelic to me, even though he is holding skulls here. It's almost like they came in at the right time to help you out with whatever it was that you needed, pile 2. And I know I said that this upper tarot spread is yours and then the bottom one is theirs, but here I really see like the story changing somehow, because this person kind of came into your life. With the 5 of Cups, bottom of the deck energy, I really feel like you were still emotionally holding on to a lot when this person came in, because we see the Queen of Wands here, determination. I feel like this person was very determined to at least help you out and at least have you, I don't know, like keep an eye on you, because your person really comes through as somebody who takes care of their people, who takes care of the community, because they have the abundance to do so, or the resources to do so. So they're very much watching out for you, and I feel like that's their true intention, to make sure that you are living a proper life. You know, the last thing they would want to see is you out on the, you know, being without somewhere to stay, or without food, or without, you know, monies to pay certain bills. It's rather lovely. They kind of really do like being a somebody that looks out for people. And I'm not getting as much romantic here either. So if it is romantic, I feel like this is what could have happened when you've met. And it's still the case now. They still very much want to take care of you. And if it's platonic, for the small percentage of you that are still seeing this as platonic, I feel like they really just do want to be somebody who is able to help you regardless. Yeah, it's very interesting that a lot of these images up here are of a woman suffering, and this god. And I know Hermes is, I think he's one of those gods that can be a man or a woman, depending. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this person is coming through to help, because it's the actual only Olympian in this Greek mythology tarot spread. It's very interesting. What else is coming through? The fact that we have 2 queens here, I do feel like if this was platonic, this could be a friend that just wanted to help, because you are very much both in that same feminine energy. Or if not, I feel like maybe this connection is a similar energy to yours, because I am feeling your pile, that this pile is very feminine in the way that they approach life. But it's a very similar vibration here. With Death, I am getting a bit of Scorpio energy. So sometimes the opposite signs can feel very similar. So if this person is a Taurus, if this person isn't a Taurus, they may be a Scorpio, but that Scorpio energy may feel a lot like Taurus, if that makes any sense. Because I was getting that download like way before even tapping into this specific reading. And likewise, it could be any sign. You could be opposite signs, and yet you feel very similar to each other, if that makes any sense. But here I'm just getting somebody who is very helpful. Hermes is also the god of communication. So I'm wondering if this is somebody that you are very open to sharing a lot of your story to. Somebody that you find it very easy to speak with. And maybe this is part of the reason they're able to help you. Or they are somebody who communicates a lot with the people around them, so that they're always in the know of what's going on. With Circe here, I really feel like you did manifest this person into your life, whether it was intentional or not. Because again, I feel like you yourself are starting out the little bits of your manifestation journey, while this person already is a master manifester. So I feel like that's how you were drawn to each other. You were both trying to manifest in that feminine way, where you don't go out of your way to get something, you kind of just draw it to you, because that's the feminine way to manifest, or at least one of the feminine ways to manifest. There is a lot of Wands energy here, so I feel like you specifically, pile 2, because this pile is really calling me to focus on you more than anything. And I feel like if you were inquiring about this person, I did say that they were a very selfless person in the oracles. They want you to focus on you. Like, don't worry about them and what their intentions are to you so much, because they're all good. I'm hearing that they're very much good and very much there is a strong potential for romance there, if that's what you were inquiring about. But they do want you to focus on you and getting yourself in a good place, which is very interesting because, like, again, there's a lot of wands here. So there's a lot of fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I'm hearing more Sagittarius for some reason. But yeah, I feel like they really do want you to focus on you and getting yourself into this energy of being the queen that you are, or even just being the oracle that you are. Some of you may be very intuitive. And I may just be confirming a lot of what this person's intentions towards you are. But yeah, if you still haven't let go of whatever this is, I'm not saying this person is going to help you, but they will definitely plant the seed and inspire you to do so, because there is potential for something more with this person. But you clearly have to let go of the past in order to pursue this, because you don't want to be bringing baggage into this connection. The number 3 is popping out twice. So I'm wondering, some of you are either life path 3 or life path 33. And 5 came out twice. Oh, 3 times as well. Okay, jackpot. So we have 5 here twice. So the number 5 could be of importance to you as well. Again, number 15, which I can't remember if it was in the oracles or not. I don't think I even called out the numbers. I've been stepping a little bit away from the numbers because I'm reading up on my numerology and I don't want to get it mixed up for you, pile 2, but I'm hearing some of you may really need to hear the numbers. What else is coming through? I'm hearing to move on to the advice cards because there's going to be more within those. But yeah, I'm really loving the energy of your person, by the way. It is very stable and very abundant. They're very grounded as well. And even though I feel like you are grounded typically as well, pile 2, this situation in which you were calling on their help, whether intentionally or not, has left you not very grounded. So that stability that they provided, or are providing, is very, I can feel the gratitude from you towards them. So let's move on to the advice. We have the Affirmators Deluxe Oracle. So communication. I am a masterful communicator with the ability to say what I think and feel in a way that doesn't invoke conflict. Watch as I dodge the bullets of sass and snark. Marvel as I avoid the traps of passive aggressiveness and victimhood. Be amazed that even though it's sometimes stressful, I choose to communicate, an act that saves us all from the grips of certain unspoken seething. I'm getting this for both of you in different ways. I feel like the communication between you and this person is top notch. I'm hearing you two communicate very effectively, and I think this is why you are in each other's lives. You may have started out as just, friends or people that network together, but because you two communicated in such a way that you were able to understand each other and really get certain messages across, you kind of just stayed in each other's lives. I think this person communicates a lot better than you do, but when you are around this person, you feel that sense of communication, like the way you speak to them, the way you get your point across, even the vulnerable things, like I was saying in the tarot, you're very open to talking to them about it. And this is part of the reason they were able to help you. Let's get one more. Space. I love this little piggy having a spa day here. I feel like this is you, pile 2. You kind of need to take care of yourself for sure in any way that applies to you. I'm officially freeing up space in my schedule and dialing my brain buzz down to like an 8, formerly 11. Making space can mean a lot of things. Rest, daydreams, Colombian mud baths, but no matter what my preferred poison of placidity, the point is it's time to take a beat, empty my mind, and reset all these poor little overpushed buttons. Oh, and if I can track any Colombian mud in the house, sorry, but I can't clean it now. I'm busy making space. Yeah, your person is coming through saying to take care of yourself, pile 2, because you can't really expect anything else moving forward, as in relationships to other people, whether that's with somebody else or with them, if you don't first take care of yourself and maybe cleanse out energetically anything that had to do with the past. Which is very lovely that they really just want you to take care of yourselves. It's coming through so strongly that they want you to know that in this reading, even though you came here to, ask about them. Let's see. We have the Animal Apothecary deck as well. Claim your power. Oh, I love this for you. Yeah, I feel that this is for you, pile 2. You really do need to claim back some of that power that you may have lost. Because it's always been within you, but you kind of just, let it go for a minute. And inner truth. This came out in pile 1 as well. Again, I feel like everybody here is trying to look for some truth, so it's not surprising that this owl came through. But yeah, I feel like in allowing yourself to rest and allowing yourself to take care of yourself, you will call back that intuitive nature of yours so that you can listen to your inner truth and see what it is telling you, both about this person and your situation and yourself. I'm hearing one more card for you, and I will bring it up. Let's see. Keep trying, number 4. I'm hearing that some of you may have had, again, you may have been down on your luck, but there is the message here that if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Who is that, Aaliyah? Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about that song earlier today. I guess it's for you, pile 2. But yeah, just keep trying, whatever it is that you were trying for. And I'm hearing it's not so much life, even though I'm sure some of you want to be a little bit melodramatic and be like, yeah, I need to keep trying at life. No, I'm hearing keep trying to claim your power. Yeah, let me rearrange these. Keep trying, claim your power, and the inner truth will come through. Also, keep trying to just focus on yourself. I feel like it can be hard, especially, like I said, if you do have children, or if you may have some maybe fur babies that you need to take care of. I feel like you have a lot going on. But you can't take care of others if you don't focus on yourself first, pile 2. And these are all the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if any of this resonated. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this beautiful raw amethyst cluster, then we have your reading here for you today about your person and their true intentions towards you. We're going to start with the oracles to see who your person is and, of course, what they may be about. And if you see some of yourself in this, you could be mirroring each other. This could also just be you, spirit, coming through to let you know about certain things in this connection and what your intentions are within it. Or it could just be somebody that you may not have met yet that could be coming into your life. And you're just kind of getting a heads up on what their intentions for you are. But regardless, we're going to go into this, and then the tarot will have both your side and their side, or at least that's my intention for that, because it came out a little differently in the second pile. But regardless, let's move on with the oracles. We have a poodle, poodle, attentive, classy, and faithful. And then for the oracles, we have anger. We also have last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We have brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, personal power. We also have 5th house with passion. Wow. We have bully, light attributes, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow attribute, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. And that's actually not as bad as, I'll explain what's going on with that card in a minute, or what I'm getting anyway. And then you got 2 of the spirit animal oracle cards. We have Bobcat Spirit, Life is a Mystery. And let's see, Electric Eel Spirit, Bring Your Ideas to Life. Okay, I'm loving the color combinations here. They're all very blue and purple, with the exception of this anger card. And right off the bat, I'm getting a lot of Mars energy here, specifically Scorpio, because we did have that come through. But I'm also getting a little bit of Aries, because, and maybe a little Leo as well with the Bobcat. But a combination of fire and air within this person is what is coming through. And they're a very intense person for sure. But this may be part of the reason why you're trying to figure out what they're about. Because I feel like they have quite a bit of a reputation for being, quote, quote, a bully. But I'm not seeing this as I'm seeing more like, how do I put this? Somebody who doesn't allow people to be mistreated, not because it's more like they stand up against bullies more than anything. And I think, and this may not be everybody, of course, but for a small percentage of you, this person could have been a bully like when they were younger, but they're very much reformed and they very much are, they have turned a leaf, like they're no longer in that energy, but they understand that. And I think that's where this anger comes from. They're very quick to anger, or they have some kind of trouble with managing their anger. And I feel like when they were younger, that was a lot more difficult to handle than it is now. I think now they focus it more on the things that matter, or they use that anger to focus them into whatever it is that they're wanting to achieve. Because with brilliant beliefs here, this is somebody who has overcome quite a bit. Luminous life force and personal power. I really feel like it took a while for them to truly step into their personal power. And this was like, they kind of understood that the things that they did when they were younger was all out of anger, was out of having like the worst environment to grow up in, or at least not the best. It could also have been their insecurities. Maybe they understood that they didn't have what, or they thought that they didn't have what it took to get to where they are now. And instead they have found this, they've really evolved into this attentive, classy person with a lot of passion. I feel like they really cleaned up their image quite a bit. Like they understood that that's what they needed to do in order to get ahead in life. It's really odd. I'm getting some of these people may be like CEOs or general management. Like they may be like really up high in their career, in their field. Or they could be an entrepreneur, of course, but like somebody who just gets things done in a really great way. And again, I kind of want to cluster some of these cards together because they tell a story better. With the bully and the anger here, but also Bobcat, life is a mystery, is somewhere a little bit after that. Like they kind of didn't know that they would get to where they were, because I think they lived in that energy of not quite knowing what to do with themselves. They may have just been handed like the worst hand in life, like the worst luck. But I don't know, I feel like they have really overcome a lot of that negativity from their early life or from their past, and are now very much different, because I'm seeing somebody who shines, who's very well put together now, even though there's still this kind of dark past behind them, because life is very much a mystery, is what I'm hearing. They may be a life path 8. With electric eel, bring your ideas to life. I really feel like they're very creative and they can definitely envision something and make it happen. I think that's part of the reason they are so high up in whatever field they are, or so advanced. Like they definitely have accomplished quite a bit. It's got something to do with this passion that they have. And of course that can stem in the anger, but I feel like they've also redirected that anger into something a lot more productive, something that's for the greater good, because we have somebody who really empowers people. I'm hearing they can be a Scorpio, like I said, last quarter moon in Scorpio. They could also be a Leo, I'm hearing, because anytime I see like a wildcat, I think of a Leo, because we have the bobcat and then we have these snow leopards here. But then the electric eel is coming out, and I'm thinking of that song by MGMT, Shock Me Like an Electric Eel. I feel like they're a very shocking person, especially once you get to know them and you get to know their history, or they may be quite of a character as well. Like I feel like this person is kind of hard to ignore, because the fifth house deals with Leo as well. So yeah, even if they're not a Leo, they're definitely somebody you cannot ignore. They may have Scorpio in the 5th house, which would make them, I think, Cancer rising, possibly. And I know, like, and I'm not trying to throw any shade at Cancers. I love you guys. I know so many of you, and I say this with absolute love. Cancers, I've known to be quick to anger because they're very much in their emotions. Like they're not afraid of the emotions that they share. So I can definitely see that being like a Cancer rising person, or a Cancer in general. But yet we have this poodle here, and I'm thinking of poodles and how sophisticated they are and how well kept they are. You know, they're known for being show dogs because they're just, you know, and they're also hearing, or at least I'm remembering not hearing so much. I think they're hypoallergenic and easy to train. I may be thinking of a labradoodle, but still, I'm thinking of somebody who is just very classy and well put together. They're definitely very aesthetically pleasing, or at the very least, they pay a lot of attention to how they come off, like how they dress, how they appear. That's all very much in alignment with the 5th house and the poodle energy. What else is coming through? For this can be taken either romantically or platonically. I can definitely see the romantic aspect of it because of the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of flirtations, if you will. It can be creativity, it can be children as well, but with passion here, it's that flirtatious energy, as well as like how fertile you are with somebody, I'm hearing, which came up in, I forget which pile, but yeah, I feel like this is somebody who you could have an attraction to. At the very least, mild flirtations, that's for sure. What else is coming through? Like I said, there's a lot of intensity here, so I can see how this can be taken as a romantic connection. Regardless, I feel like I could understand why you're trying to figure out their intentions, because I myself am not very sure so far. It's more like, here's the image they present, and you want to figure out what's going on. And yet we have this life is a mystery card. Maybe they want it to stay a mystery, but I'm trying to give you something from this pile 3. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. So let's move on to the tarot to see what else is coming through for you. Oh, but before we go, I did say fire. I did say water. Any other signs coming through? A little bit of air with the bully. So everything but earth really is coming through in the elements in this reading, or in these oracles, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's move on to the oracles to see what this lovely, intense person, what their intentions with you exactly are. We're going to be using the Mythos Tarot deck, which is a Greek mythology-based tarot, and one that I've been using a lot. So if you come to my videos a lot, you may notice that I'm not quite ready to let it go because I love it. So my intention for this was that this deck is going to be you and your role in this connection, and the other deck I'm using is going to be them, but it can flip-flop. We'll just see what comes out. So for you, pile 3, we have the 2 of Cups, Hermaphroditus. We also have the 7 of Cups, Hesperus. We also have the Page of Pentacles, Hormy. And the Knight of Pentacles, Zephyros. Back of the deck energy. We have the Ace of Cups, Pontos. This is a very new connection. I can tell you don't know much about them. Not just because of the mystery thing, but because all I get are appearances. It's like I'm getting that first layer, but I can't really tap into it. And I know that's probably why you're here, pile 3, I promise. We're going to get somewhere with this connection and what their intent is towards you. To clarify or get person 3's person's perspective on the 2 of Cups, we have the Novice of Clouds, Curiosity, and this came out in another pile as well. To clarify the 7 of Cups, we have the 3 of Pentacles, Collaboration. Yeah, you may have met through work or a collaboration. We also have the 9 of Wands, Resilience. To clarify the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Fool, Take a Leap. And, back of the deck energy. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, lots of newness here because we have a page and we have 2 aces. We also have the 2 of Cups, which can also mean new connections, not necessarily friendships or romantic connections, but it could just mean getting to know somebody, especially because we also have, we have 2 pages and then we have the ace. So you have just met this person or you're not very familiar with them. but you're definitely, well, they are definitely curious about forming some kind of deeper connection with you with the Two of Cups and the Page of Swords here with this curiosity. I feel like they've been very drawn to you and they kind of don't understand why, because I think like they're used to being a character, they're used to being larger than life and having people approach them at the very least, because they know, they're aware of the, I'm sorry that it cut off. I ran out of space on my phone. But yeah, they're very aware of the reputation that they have and what it is that they've created. They're very, yeah, they're aware that they can help people as well. With the Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles here, collaboration. Don't take this the wrong way, pile three. But it's almost like they have quite a few options of people that they want to work with or collaborate with, and you're very much at the forefront of this. Again, you can take that however you want. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel like you're not special, but you are definitely within their select pool of people that they would like to reach out to work with, to start something with, to collaborate with for sure, to start something or to offer something. And I'm not quite sure what that is. It depends on who this person is and what could possibly be what you are working towards. But there's definitely a sense of wanting to form a connection with the Page of Coins here, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. So the Page of Coins is somebody who is willing to be to progress something, to start something, especially because we have pentacles. And with pentacles, I always think of seeds, not just money, but the seeds to, you know, grow things, that are going to be worthwhile. This is definitely somebody you can grow with. This is definitely somebody who will advance you, who will help you get to where you want to be, help you advance, actually. And this connection is very beneficial. I know I'm not getting too much about who this person is and what their intent is. I'm getting more about what they're willing to offer you and what they can do for you, because this is part of what their, you know, true intentions are. However, we do have the Nine of Wands here. So there is going to be quite a bit of, I'm hearing struggle, but it's more like because you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone, because you're going to be handed something new, something you may not be very experienced in. You grow in the discomfort, essentially. This is definitely out of your comfort zone, but this is how we grow. We grow by being given obstacles and challenges that we are able to overcome and that we're willing to, you know, really work on. And I don't see this as a bad thing. I just see the progression here, because the next card is the Knight of Pentacles here. We have the Page and then the Knight. So it's almost like you're definitely evolving through this connection, through what this connection has to offer you. The Knight of Coins is somebody who makes slow progress. So slowly, well, not necessarily slow progress. It could be quick. I'm also hearing progress that just lasts a lifetime, because that's what we get with the Pentacles energy here. And then with the Fool underneath it, take that leap. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be something that is, I don't want to say it's a risk, but it's definitely a chance you should take, because it's going to help you in the long run. Pile three. This is, again, like I said, it'll take you out of your comfort zone, but it'll make you resilient in the long run, because I feel like this is something you truly need. Pile three. And what all of this will bring you with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, it's going to bring you both a new perspective on how you see things. More emotionally, I feel like it could be kind of healing even for some of you. But it could also bring in a lot more new connections. Not just this person, but this person could introduce you to a lot of other people, or through them you get to know a lot of other people as well. And then with the Ace of Pentacles, opportunity. Yeah, I feel like this is an opportunity that doesn't come by too often. So I really do feel like you should take the leap on this opportunity, on this collaboration, and definitely approach it with a curious mind. And of course, the Ace of Pentacles here, the Ace of Gems, is like the ultimate seed card. Like, you will be growing amazing things from this connection, from this offer that this person has to give to you. And what's underneath the Ace of Gems? The Two of Gems, priorities. Yeah, you'll be balancing quite a bit through this offer. And then the Three of Cups, community. Yeah, you may also be finding your community, because this is something that this Ace of Cups and even this Two of Cups card is wanting to explain. What else is underneath that? Ooh, the Six of Wands, the card of victory. I don't read reversals, so I had to turn it up. But yeah, I feel like if you're really willing and open to whatever your person has to offer you, pile 3, you are going to definitely learn a lot, become more resilient, and I don't know, I just feel this immense growth for you, because I'm actually taking, whenever I am approached with decisions, I always imagine what would happen if I said yes, and imagine what would happen if I say no. And for you, at least right now, the way I'm seeing it, if the energy of yes is like very good, like I feel like it'll definitely progress you forward, it'll make you grow in ways that you've been needing to grow. And the energy of no is more like you could eventually get there, it'll just take longer, and the journey may be a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. So especially if you're thinking of a specific goal or something specific that you want to accomplish, this person could definitely fast track you, or through the resources that they give you, they could definitely get you there faster than if you were to go through it some other way or like on your own. So something tells me it would benefit you more to take this chance, to take the leap, to, you know, I would say yes, but it's all up to you, pile 3, and however this person wants to approach you, or how you feel about this person. Because sure, they're larger than life and they definitely have made a name for themselves. You may even be intimidated by them, for sure, but I feel like they could just make you grow in ways that you have been needing, and you will definitely be very I'm sensing some gratitude here with this Page of Pentacles card. She just looks very grateful, even though she's also red. And red makes me think of exhaustion, at least in this specific card. And also notice that this person looks like they're crying, maybe, or maybe it's just the light. Yeah, so this could be tears of joy, this could be tears of stress, whatever it is. I feel like this is hard work, but it's work that is well worth it, especially this opportunity that this person is trying to present to you. But I want to see what else is coming through in the closing cards. Is there anything else I can get from this? Are we able to move on? I'm hearing yes. Okay. But yeah, I feel like this opportunity may also, some of you may have seen it coming. I'm not going to lie. I feel like, and that's part of the reason you're here at this reading, like, okay, well, what do they actually want? And if you're wondering whether they'll offer you something more stable, like a permanent position or something like that, I cannot answer that, because that is not, you have not reached that yet, or they have not reached that decision yet. So I'm sorry I can't get as far as that, because I feel like a lot of this reading is being kept concealed for your protection or for your benefit. It's not that I can't tap into it, or, well, I can't tap into it, but for good reason. So don't think that I'm just kind of like not reading into it, because I'm trying for you, pile 3. I really am. But whoever this person is, maybe they themselves are also very intuitive or work with energy, and they kind of know how to pace themselves, or how to allow certain information out, if that makes any sense. But anyway, we have some cards from the Affirmators Deluxe Oracle. Affection. I feel my love fully and express it generously. There's no harm in saying I love you, and nothing bad has ever come from a hug. That's a matter of historical record. Go check on it if you'd like. In the meantime, I'll be waiting here with open arms. See where I'm going with this? I'm seeing this as you needing to show more affection to yourself, and in choosing some of the things that this person has to offer, I'm hearing that you are choosing yourself as well, and that's where this affection comes from. They could also be showing some affection towards you. Again, it's not too romantic, it's more like an appreciation, if anything. Or they may show their love towards something that you do. And then we also have options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest, without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Yeah, it's funny because the 7 of Cups did come through in the tarot as well. So I feel like you have options as well, pile 3. Like, sure, you could be one of this person's options, but don't, even if you aren't chosen, or if you don't take the offer, just know that there are so many options for you, and the possibilities are endless for the things that are going to come in your future. So don't think that even though when I tapped into the yes energy, it was more like, yes, go for it. if you don't take it or you can't take it for whatever reason, those options and opportunities will definitely come towards you, or you will stumble upon them. They'll make themselves present. Either way. From the Animal Apothecary deck, we have Quantum Jump, which is funny because this makes me think of Take the Leap. So yeah, there's definitely a jump or a leap that you are taking, pile 3. Sorry if I think I called you pile 2 a minute ago. But yeah, definitely make that jump because you will land on your feet and you will do it more gracefully than you thought you would. That's for sure. And then we have action leads to success. If you're somebody who hesitates on doing action or taking an action, I feel like in this case, any action you take is going to bring you to the success that you want. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not tapping too much into what this person, what their intentions are, but I feel like their intentions for you are definitely success, but you don't necessarily have to rely on them for it. They're more than willing to show you how to tap into that success. And I'm hearing one more card for you. Self-worth, self-love, self-value, and self-respect. And I feel like this goes with that card as well. Like you're learning to love yourself, and in saying yes to this, or even like saying no for some of you, you're going to learn the value and the weight of your self-love and your self-worth. You're definitely going to, something about the heart chakra here opening, just like blasting open with absolute love for yourself and others, is definitely coming through. It's more like the more you love yourself, the more options show themselves. And that phrase itself could actually be about romance. Like maybe the more you learn to love yourself, the better quality people are coming through for you. But this is all I have for you today, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Again, I'm sorry that the video is kind of choppy because I had to keep stopping. Or maybe that was pile 2. I don't remember. But either way, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe and let me know if any of this resonates. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.